50,000 men walked into the desert. Not one walked out, no battle, no bodies, no graves. An entire army unswallowed by the sand, as if it had never existed. 25 centuries later, we still don't know where they lie. The king who sent them was called Cambyses, son of Cyrus the Great, ruler of the largest empire the world had ever seen. Around 525 BC, he took Egypt, but conquest wasn't enough for him. Cambyses wanted the gods on his side. He wanted to be named Pharaoh, blessed by the holiest voice in the ancient world, the Oracle of Amun, buried deep in the desert. The priests there refused him. They would not call him king. And that refusal signed 50,000 death warrants. Cambyses didn't rage. He calculated. He pulled 50,000 men from his army and gave them one order: cross the desert to Siwa, burn the oracle to the ground, and drag its priests back in chains. They set out from Thebes and marched west, straight into the great sand sea. No water, no shade, no mercy. Just an ocean of dunes stretching past the edge of the world. 7 days, the guides promised. 7 days to Siwa. Picture yourself in that column. The sun doesn't just shine, it presses down on you like a weight. Sand works into your boots, your mouth, your eyes. Every hour the water skins grow lighter and the line grows quieter. One ancient account claims that somewhere out there starving, some of Cambyses' men did the unthinkable just to stay alive. They were days from anywhere. And then, on the 7th day, as they stopped for their midday meal, the sky itself came for them. It started as a wind from the south, a whisper, then a roar. On the horizon, a wall began to climb, black, endless, taller than anything they had ever seen, and it was moving toward them. There was nowhere to run. Herodotus wrote that the storm came down in vast, whirling columns of sand and buried the army whole. Minutes. That's all it took. 50,000 men gone under the dunes. Erased. That's the story Herodotus tells. And this is where it gets strange. Because Herodotus admitted something most people forget. He never saw it himself. He only heard the tale second-hand decades later. And in 2,500 years of searching, no one has ever found solid proof. No mass grave, no mountain of bronze weapons, no 50,000 skeletons beneath the sand. Which pushes some historians toward a harder question: did this army ever die in a storm at all? Treasure hunters and archaeologists have chased these ghosts for centuries. A few swore they'd found them: bones, blades, buckles in the sand. Almost every claim fell apart under a closer look. Then one scholar offered a colder answer. Maybe there was no storm. Maybe the army marched into an ambush and was cut down by Egyptian rebels, and a later king invented the sandstorm to bury an embarrassing defeat. If he's right, the greatest disappearance in history was really the greatest cover-up. So maybe they're still out there, somewhere beneath the dunes, 50,000 men who never reached the oasis. Or maybe the truth was rewritten and the sand did the rest. Either way, an army left in the morning and was gone by nightfall, and after 2,500 years, the desert still hasn't given them back. If a mystery like this pulls you in, subscribe.